Surprise, surprise. Hey, you guys. We're back. But I'm just going to warn you. Yes, she's back, but something came with her. Scott, do you know what came with me?
What came with you?
My hoarse voice. So, disclaimer, I'm going to be a little hoarse cuz I'm getting over that thing that made me leave last time. But hopefully you guys enjoy. So, hey, you guys, we are here. Of course, as always, it's you guys. It's Oreo Junior Jr. He's over here giving you a little Hugh Hefner's Christmas with a
Right.
little jingle bells, little jingle all the way, honey. Um, we got Scott, we got me, and of course, we got Poppy Corn, we got Freedom Jack, we got Teresa. We do not have John or what was his or Candy, because R.I.P. to them. Maybe later we'll do like I don't know, we'll sell some dinners or do a fundraiser or GoFundMe or something, so we can pay for whatever flowers or something for them. R.I.P. to them. But we're gonna get started. We're gonna finish that last chapter that I didn't finish. Scott, do you remember where we were? Oreo Junior Junior, get over there with your friends.
They were at the
Convent thingy.
yeah,
Hmm.
Poppy Corn's father's place.
We're about to go see the pastor, and that's why I'm dressed like this. So let's get this thing on because I don't know how long my voice is gonna last. So let's get going. You ready, Scott?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's see. You were very close, Poppy said. You answered sarcastically when Free asked if he had narrated the end of their story accurately. Had he? No, but he didn't lie. It's complicated. Can you tell me what really happened from what you know? Maybe later, Poppy said. Poppy did not steer them to the massive front doors of the church, but rather to a side entrance that opened into a hall and then into a courtyard. Teresa had pictured. They passed two old nuns playing with a child tossing pennies in a fountain. The other people milling around were incredibly nondescript. Remember, we talked about that. These are NPCs. To such an extent that it made Teresa wonder what was wrong with them. There wasn't one of them that stood out. Certainly, they paid her and Poppy no heed. It was if they stumbled upon a church and were content to walk around in the moonlight and let time pass. Okay, girl, they ain't got no jobs. Teresa again wondered what time it was. She regretted once more having lost her watch. The sun would have to come up soon, she thought. The opening led into a large hall that led into a courtyard, and Teresa got to see the flowers she had wafted a mile away. They were gorgeous, but not structured in neat and tiny rows, but rather growing free around a maze of bushes and trees. The flowers she had smelled, and the others as well, Polex, I don't know what kind of flower that is, and lilies and birds of paradise, poked their beaks out of the green branches that sparkled with drops from the recent rain. She would have liked to have enjoyed them for a bit, but Poppy urged her forward. They entered the church from the side. A Catholic mass was in progress. People sure got up early in these parts. Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Why y'all having mass? Wait a minute. The row of pews were endless and at least half full. Most of the people in attendance were older, except for the chorus at the back of the upper level. Teresa couldn't see them clearly, but from the sound of their voices, they must have been children. Their responsive lines echoed through the vast halls. As the priest up front spoke in thundering Latin, Latin? Girl, yeah, I would have been like, girl, what is y'all here doing? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. That was supposed to have gone out years ago. Well, not here. They reached into wooden bowls stationed near the door, filled with holy water, and blessed themselves. Teresa had to follow Poppy's example to get it right. So, is that your father leading the mass? Teresa asked softly, instinctively feeling the blasphemy of talking in such a sacred place. She nodded towards the altar, shimmering with gold and silver under the warm light of 1,000 tall white candles. The odor of incense was strong, penetrating. Teresa could feel it inside her brain. No, Poppy whispered. My father generally takes confession at this time. She nodded down a side aisle, which branched off at various points into a smaller private chapel with altars, where candles could be lit and offered for a blessing of a specific saint. Poppy led her forward. Teresa reached out and clasped Poppy's hand, although she wasn't sure why. Girl, because you don't know where the hell you going. The dark was not so thick that she couldn't see where she was going. Poppy squeezed her hand in return and flashed her a quick smile. It was the first time Teresa had seen her display anything more than melancholy or boredom. She regretted her comment to Poppy of a moment ago that she didn't trust her. She realized that Poppy had not wanted to stop at the church for her own sake, but for the sake of Teresa. Girl, you need some confessional, girl. You had that cheap sex the other day. But confession? What do I have to confess? Even if I have done something, why should I do it now in this place? They came to a wooden door, an undistinguished door given the scale and eloquence of the church. Poppy nodded. He's in here, she said. Aren't you coming in with me? Teresa asked. Girl, it is not a group effort. Confession is just a one person with the other person type situation. Get it together, ma'am. I can't. Why not? It's something you have to do on your own, Poppy said. I could only bring you here. Who says? It's the way it is. Then Poppy did something most unexpected. She reached out and hugged Teresa. That's so sweet. She actually kissed her cheek. Tell him everything, she whispered in her ear. Be an open book and listen to what he has to tell you. Above all else, don't be afraid. He's here to help you. But why do I need help? Teresa asked as Poppy released her. Poppy smiled again and patted her shoulder. Ask him. Be brave. Be honest. She nodded. He's waiting for you. Teresa opened the door and stepped inside. The room was small and cozy. There was one window, a stained glass scene of Jesus sitting on the hilltop surrounded by a group of children of all races. The window was closed, but Teresa knew it faced the courtyard. The hint of light behind the window surprised her, though, because the sun was coming up. It wouldn't be rising in the west. The door glowed with a warm yellow light nonetheless and was most enchanting. A vase of fresh flowers stood on the windowsill, filling the room with a fragrance. The priest was approximately 50 years old. He sat in a simple wooden chair beside the window, reading a book by the light of a nearby candle. Dressed entirely in brown, he had thin silver hair and a ruddy expression. He looked up as she entered, and his gray eyes were kind. He closed his book and motioned for her to sit on a chair in front of him. Hi, she said, crossing the room and sitting down. The chairs were not so close together that she felt cramped. She crossed her legs and let the warmth of the room seep into her. Her shakes and nausea began to subside, though her wrists continued to throb. The priest smiled faintly and she asked, Poppy wanted me to talk to you. Or she added. I was like, girl, that don't even make sense. It don't, because it didn't say ask, it said added. He smiled, his smile widened. Do you want to talk to me, Teresa? She paused. How do you know my name? Did Poppy call you and tell you I was coming? In a manner of speaking, but you'll find I know a thing or two about you. I don't say that to make you nervous. It's my job to know. I'm like, girl, are you my press secretary? Oh my God. Teresa felt uneasy. I already met a woman tonight who knew everything about me. I didn't like her. She scared me. The priest was gentle. Do I scare you? She considered. There was truly a warm and loving atmosphere in the room. It was if she finally came home after a long adventure. No, she said, you seem like a nice man, but I have to tell you up front that I don't know why I'm talking to you. I am not a Catholic. I have never been to confession before. She made a helpless gesture with her hands. I wouldn't know where to begin. Maybe I can help you. I understand you were recently involved with a young man and that the two of you broke up and your feelings were hurt. Teresa shrugged. I'm getting over it. It's no big deal. It is a big deal to you. She smiled. Can you read my mind? Girl, no. We just know that young people in love is just honey, young people in love. I can see the pain on your face. Tell me about it, Teresa. Teresa considered. He was perceptive. She had to give him that. She figured there'll be no harm in talking to him about what Bill had done to her. She had talked about little else all night. All right, she said. Bill was my boyfriend. He was the first boyfriend I ever had. I cared about him a great deal, and I thought he cared about me. He acted like he did. He helped me get a singing job at a well respected club near the beach. He gave me confidence in myself, something I never had before. But it was all ruined when he cheated on me behind my back with my best friend Renee, honey. If that's your man, then why he over there, ma'am? He was never yours, is what that says, Scott. You say he gave you confidence in yourself? Did he do anything else for you? He did a lot of things. He made me feel things I never felt before. He brought me things, small gifts. He went out of his way for me. Once I was sick, and he took me to a doctor when her voice trailed off. But I did a lot of things for him too. I was totally devoted to him. He was not devoted to me. Why wouldn't he devote? Excuse me. Why wasn't he devoted to you? The priest asked. Because he was a jerk. That's why. Okay, girl. Mm, somebody mad, honey. Oof. I'm sorry, but I think that's what it boils down to. Before he met your friend Renee, did you feel he loved you? He told me he did. I believed him, but it was just another lie. Do you still feel he loves you now? She made a face. No way. He wouldn't have dumped me so easily. Was it easy for him? She forced a laugh. I think it was a lot easier for him than me. Go on, Teresa. Well, it hurt me. I felt like I wanted to unalive. I couldn't tell you how much it hurt. It was like I was living a perfect fairy tale and I was so happy and everything was so perfect. And then bang, taxes knocking in. It just says bang. Wake up, girl. The dream is over. Your boyfriend is sleeping with your best friend. How do you know Bill was sleeping with Renee behind your back? I caught them. The priest was surprised. You did? I'm pretending to be the priest, by the way. I'm the priest. Could you tell I'm weird? Oh, okay. And before I get further into this, I was told by ChatGPT on here to tell you guys like, share, and subscribe. And this is why I hurried up and got the like intro out the way. It told me I talked too long on the intro and shut up. So just so you guys know, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want. Okay, let's keep going. Just so y'all know my new moves. Anyway. Oh wait, I caught them. You okay? Yeah. When? Today. When did Bill break up with you? The priest asked. Today. Well, it's early Sunday morning right now. He actually dumped me Saturday evening. Renee was there at my parents' apartment. He gave me the news and then he left with her. Did you see him after that? No. I mean, yes. She lowered her head. I saw him, but I didn't talk to him. Because you found him in Renee's arms? Sir, are you watching this woman? How you know all that? A tear ran down her face. Yes.
More than just arms.
Tell me about it. It will help. She sniffed. How will it help? You have to feel your pain before you can offer it to the divine. How do you offer your pain to the divine? She asked. You just do it. It's easy. It's the only way to deal with situations that are too painful to bear. But first, you have to accept what is real. Tell me what really happened, Teresa. She looked up into his kind gray eyes. She had just met him. She didn't know his name, but she would have liked to have had him for her father, even if he was a priest. He had the most gentle voice. All right, she said, I'll tell you. Oh, y'all ready for another story, child? Teresa lay on the floor a long time after Bill left with Renee. It was dark when she finally sat up and looked around. The apartment was empty. She did not expect her parents back until the following evening. She had nothing to do and no one to do it with. Girl, go to Waffle House. They always open. Bill was gone. Her Bill, taken from her by her friend, and he was not coming back. But that thought, Bill was gone for good, was not that clear in her head. Don't be no stalker. Girl, don't be no stalker. Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself, sis. Nor were the other thoughts. She wouldn't let them be. The ideas floated in and out of her awareness in the form of Bill's going to be harder to talk to now. Or Bill doesn't know what he's doing. And I'm going to unalive those two. See how we just escalated right to like stalker and then some.
Mhm.
Don't do it. If y'all break up with somebody, really just go have some time with a friend, some relatives, because they gonna be rational while you emotional, while you go through your emotional trek of like the ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. Anyway. She was sad beyond words, and she was madder than hell, and she was confused. Her confusion was vast. She thought if she could talk to Bill again, maybe just for a few more minutes, things would become clearer. He had said something about not wanting to leave her at that time, and he must still care for her. Girl, just let it go, sis. He didn't want it to end just like that. Then why he over there with Renee, ma'am? He would have never slept with her for goodness sakes. Teresa went into the kitchen and got herself a glass of water. The lights in the apartment were off. The dark of the peculiar com- the dark was a peculiar comfort to her. It shielded her from things that would have been too harsh to look upon at the moment. Just before she left the kitchen, her fingers grasped an object, a steak knife. Her parents loved steak, but she enjoyed only fish and chicken. She was a semi vegetarian. She picked up the steak knife anyway, and a powerful image. It was so clear, so strong. It might have been a vision of her stabbing Bill and Renee flashing through her mind. Okay, girl, we just gonna go over there with them. Let's go get it, Scott. We only have a steak knife. This sounds like it's gonna end up on Deadly Women or ID channel or Snap. This is gonna end up on Snap. This is gonna end up on Snap. This is how an episode of Snap starts. She saw the blade cutting through their flesh. Felt their blood spurting over her arms. Okay, girl, this is normal thinking here. Yet the images were so grotesque, it made her shudder and she pushed away. The knife. What did she do with the knife? She had slipped it in her back pocket. Why? There was no why. She was upset. Oh, girl, here go that emotional roller coaster. It's like, yeah, girl, Yes. She left her apartment and drove to Bill's house. For a long time, she just sat in the car and stared at the place. All the lights were off. Bill's car was parked out front besides Renee's. Oh, girl, because he still cares about you. You know he cares about you because he over there with your friend late at night after he told you he was going to go be with your friend. That's caring. Caring is sharing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. She had no trouble recognizing her best friend's vehicle. Not that, but she didn't fully comprehend what it signified. You must have known because you got a knife. Oh, she knew it probably meant Renee was inside with Bill, but that they were together, really together, was hard for her to fathom. Even Bill couldn't have forgotten her that fast. He couldn't. She eventually got out of the car. At the front door of the house, she didn't knock. She had a key, oh Lord, and just went inside. Oh God. My daughter did that the other day, and Scott and I got all shooken up. We were scared as hell, like, girl, what is this? She just walked in. Anyway, Bill's parents, she remembered, were away for the weekend. It was kids' weekend, she thought. Anything goes. Anything at all. Oh, girl. She found them in the family room, lying on the floor in front of a smoldering fire, lying together asleep beneath a patchwork quilt, their faces blank under the spell of sleep. She stood watching them, and they didn't move once. Their breathing, though, she could hear that. The sound of air going in and out of their lungs annoyed her. She was confused, but she knew this much. They weren't supposed to be sleeping together. She knew that. Okay, now. She took the knife out of her back pocket. Oh, what you doing? The steel of the blade glowed red in the faint light radiating from the low flames in the fireplace. The vision she had had in her kitchen returned in her mind, began to clear. Returned in her mind as her mind began to clear. What was there to be confused about? Girl, we don't know. We looking at you for this story. This afternoon, she had been Bill's girlfriend. Tonight, Renee was his girlfriend. 3 minus 1 equals 2. The mathematics were simple. Goodbye, Teresa, and thanks for introducing us. Yeah, you a good matchmaker, girl. You were finally good for something. Bill changed partners like he did shirts, she thought in disgust. He'd have a hard time, though, taking off that shirt he was wearing now if there was a knife stuck through it. Duh. You know, I once saw this shirt that said, "Fat people are harder to kidnap." And I thought it was excellent. Like, I love that shirt. It was in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. It was great. I feel like now we can add a new shirt that says, shirts are harder to get off if you stick a knife through it.
Okay.
We need to trademark that. What y'all think about that shirt? Would y'all buy it? Anyway, all the way through to the inside of his rib cage. How about that? Renee also would have a difficult time combing her beautiful black hair if it was soaked with blood. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Dry blood was known to cause hard to manage knots. Girl, go to Sephora and get some wow. Anyway, Teresa didn't know which one of them she hated more. She stepped into the family room. Then what did you do? The priest asked. Teresa was embarrassed. I came to my senses. I'm no killer. Then what the hell did you bring a knife for, ma'am? And what was that whole dialogue about t-shirts are harder to get off if there's a knife sticking out your rib cage? What was that about? We'll just shake that off, dust it off. Okay, so let's continue on. I dropped the knife and ran out of the house. When I got home, I packed an overnight bag and got in the car and started driving. I picked up Poppycorn and her friend Freedom Jack just before I got on the highway. She shrugged, and now I'm here. That's my confession.
Right.
Are you running away from home? The priest asked. Sir, at 18, can you do that? I'm the age I am. Did I run away from home? Scott, did you run away from home? Did you guys run away from home? She denied she had denied the question all night, but it was harder to lie in the presence of this fine man. It seemed he had an intuitive sense for when the truth was bent. She lowered her head. She sniffed. Her face was still damp from her tears. Yes, I am, she said. Do you know where you're running to? He asked. No. You're going nowhere. That'll be a yes, sir. He was not asking her, he was stating a fact. She raised her head. I suppose I'll end up somewhere, she said. The priest surprised her. He shook his head. Not necessarily. You're in trouble, Teresa. Molly, you in danger, girl. There is nowhere left for you to go. Period. Suddenly, she was having trouble breathing. The confessional room that she had found cozy only minutes ago seemed claustrophobic. Oh, girl. Even the smell of the flowers was bothering her, making her sinuses swell. Something had begun to clog her head. Pressure grew in the center of her skull. Okay, girl, what is going on? Are you having an aneurysm? What's going on here? Oh, honey. It's making my head hurt. It grew as her heart throbbed there, the same throbbing she had experienced in her wrist. I don't know what you're talking about, she said. I've done nothing wrong. I dropped the knife and left Bill's house. Hmm. We shall see, honey. Now you sitting here with this priest now. Are you sure you dropped the knife? The priest asked. Yes, positive. I wouldn't lie about it. The priest sighed. He looked down at the book resting closed on his lap. It was an old volume with a cover dried with time. She couldn't tell if it was a Bible, though. There was no title on the outside. The worst lies are the lies we tell ourselves. What you done, girl? With that knife, girl? We live in denial of what we do, even what we think. We do this because we're afraid. We fear we will not find love. And when we find it, we fear we'll lose it. We fear that if we do not have love, we will be unhappy. But the nature of God is love. The nature of God is happiness. We are a part of God. And because of that, we have nothing to fear. He looked up at her and smiled gently. Relax, Teresa. Tell me what happened. I will not judge you. No one will. I'm not asking you to confess. I am only asking you to drop your state of denial. Teresa was perspiring heavily. But I told you everything I know. I did not stab them. I wouldn't have done that. You have to believe me. Then why you bring that knife there? I'm just curious, honey. As a fellow pastor to the one you talking to, girl, I want to jump into this confession and ask why you bring that knife in. Don't pull that thing out unless you ready to bang.
Yeah.
Bombs over Baghdad. Shout out to Outcast. Anyway. What did you do then? I left. I ran away. I got in my car, went home for a few minutes to pack, and I ran away from home. She's screaming. There are exclamation marks all over this. What do you want from me? She busted out crying. I can't tell you what I don't remember. Imagine me yelling that, but I can't right now because my voice is struggle right now. The priest was interested. Is it that you can't remember something? Yes, I can't remember what I did with the knife. The priest leaned forward. Let me help you remember. This is where you are having trouble. You left Bill house. You stop, Teresa cried, jumping to her feet. I have to go. I'm sorry, but I can't go through this. I don't deserve this. I've done nothing wrong except be abused. Girl, you got broke up with. You're okay. You're being very dramatic right now. That's my only crime, Father. The priest took her in with sorrow on his face. It's a crime to be abused, he said. You damn right it is. That's right, girl. Teresa strolled from the room. Poppy was waiting outside, kneeling in a pew beside the confessional booth. She could have been deep in prayer for all Teresa knew or cared. But Poppy jumped up and chased after her as Teresa hurried from the church, outside into the fragrant courtyard, and then back towards the front of the church. Teresa had eyes only for her car. She needed to get in the car and get away as fast as she could. She had felt that way at her apartment. Girl, probably because there is a crime scene. Girl, why did you bring the knife, ma'am? And is there a crime scene? Is that why you running away from home, baby? Because it's a crime scene over there? Because you brought a knife over there? Because you got broke up with? What happened? Poppy gasped, running to catch up with her. I learned that the road up ahead is blocked, Teresa said. But it doesn't matter. We can break on through to the other side, period. Come on through to the other side, yes. Poppy stopped dead in her tracks. That's what they all think.
Oh wow.
So that ends that chapter. Now, okay, let me tell y'all, we only got like two or three more chapters left. Next book, let me just tell y'all. Let me pull it out. Okay, ChatGPT said I can talk now, but I couldn't talk in the beginning part. They said I was scaring people off. So anyway, I'm just gonna tell y'all because y'all like my book club. The next one is going to be The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I'm so excited. So we're going to step into some wonky stuff because this is just violent, honey. This is violent. People bringing knives when they boyfriend break up with them and get with they best friend. It's just becoming too much for me. So Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, next 2-3 lives. Get ready. Get your life, honey.
Exciting.
Yeah. Scott, what did you learn?
You should stay away from confession.
Okay, period. You should, yes. If you don't want your business out there, don't go confess. You guys put in the comment section what you learned. If you learned anything at all, or just put what you think. Let me tell you what I learned. Teresa might be on death row, baby. Teresa might be on death row right now. Okay. She might be requesting her final meal. Because this book, I think, came out in 93. She might be getting that last meal in. Okay. Period.
Yeah.
Another lesson learned. When you're angry, don't go by the people that pissed you off, especially not with a knife. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got.
That's good advice.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu because I gotta go finish dinner. So we love having you guys here. Hopefully you guys had a great time. Hopefully you weren't, annoyed by my struggle throat. It's better than what it was in like a couple of days ago. So I'm gonna keep going because I love telling you guys these stories and have you guys here and hanging out. So with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. So, from wherever we are to wherever you guys are, peace, love, happiness. It's getting a rinky dinky dink. Bye, y'all. Bye. We'll see y'all later.